So, hi everyone, welcome to this channel. If you're new, this video is a blackout. My phone is just face down on the blanket there, so if you're wondering. I'll just give a wee intro, but like I said, when I get back to things properly, I might drop doing it every time I do it. I'll really just sort of see. So, um, yeah, my name's Claire. Everything I do is channeling, meaning that the way did you hear that as well? I just clapped my hand. I just looked at 33 minutes. Jesus, rebirth, energy, forgiveness. Yeah, I don't know. But again, they're going straight into it because everything I do or say is channeling. I don't know. You might be clapping your hands, victory of some kind. Now, I don't know, just because of the different downloads I've had, that could even be about like, people with not good intentions clapping their hands, like thinking they've got a victory, or like a kind of a fleeting victory. However fleeting, because like fleeting victory, I would even count as like, when I'm picking up on, well, basically, because again, remember I filmed that a week ago now, because I'm filming this now on the Monday, what was it? 21st today. So 21 is the World Card in Tarot. It is coming full circle, completion. I always see it as like karmic lessons completing. And by the way, talking of tarot, I'm not going to use any cards. I'm just gonna channel out the energy and the downloads and stuff. Because if you're not aware, if you are new, I'm low key having a bit of a holiday to myself. Definitely, um, yeah, definitely this week and possibly into next week. Next week I will still, basically I'm just going to be doing things like this when I feel guided to. But I can already hear it's quite interesting considering I didn't actually use my voice at all yesterday. Other than to say thanks when I was getting a couple of things delivered. You know what I mean? It's interesting that my voice is so course. Now I've just looked at the time as well. It's 13:31, so that's mirrored numbers. So again, I really do feel whatever I'm going to say here, and I really do feel means it's a stronger message. Whatever I say here, I really do feel I'm picking up on like twin flames where you're having like a really, really heavily mirrored experience. Now, twin flames do mirror. True twin flames, that is what happens, but it is something that's fascinated me, the whole time, really the whole time, is that, both for myself, but also because I've got such an honor, like, to look at from a bird's eye view, sets of true twin flames, when I get twin flames, either the feminine or the masculine coming to me. And so you could be getting texts as well, because obviously I just got a text there. So, you could either be getting hit with like loads of like really intense downloads, or but again, that might not be anything new again, because that's fucking all day every day for me. But and I feel, for a lot of you listening too. But say it like wouldn't have been as intense. Like I feel it could be even more intense. So it would really make sense for me if it was if you are the masculine twin, regardless of gender, where it's like they're making me tap into the energy of somebody that heard other people say stuff like that, um or maybe even didn't, and then it'd be even weirder. But I'm definitely, yeah. It's so funny. It's like what always never fails to, like, although as much as I love my work, I do need a break from it too. It's interesting how, because I'm sitting in my room, they're guiding all my eyes to like different words on different books, and I've got a lot of books. Um, and it's like I'm being guided to words to do with what I'm saying. Like the it's like somebody is being guided to like clear their chakras and like meditate, and and remember, this doesn't need to be like somebody sitting in the yoga position meditating. This could be like somebody being guided to walk in nature, and that's where it's opening up your clairvoyance, your claircognizance, your clairaudience. You know what I mean? I can't. This is when I'm not even able to get the words out, it's usually, when I'm in, like, when my energy is, like, kind of, like, if I'm rested and recharged and stuff, which is when I usually do videos, not all the time, because sometimes they want to use the tiredness to be part of the message, which I suppose would be like this too, because again, I'm not, yeah, I'm not feeling just today like I want to do like a whole load and get back. Like, really, Mondays are always for myself, because Monday is my day off. Um, so again, remember when they get me to talk about my own experience there, or anonymously, like things I've worked with clients, it's because it's going to make sense to whoever this needs to make sense with. So I feel this is really going to talk to you if you're needing to take some time off your work, or you're needing to balance, your giving and receiving, like maybe you've gave a lot, so you really need to sort of be yourself and recharge that way. Although, confusingly, there are some people that you get recharged by being around people, but I'm assuming with the way I channeled that, you're going to be like myself, and you get recharged by being alone. Um, there are a few select people. I can't really think of many though, where if I spend time with them, it charges me up too. Do you know what I mean? It's more the other way. It's more, just I'd more say really, it doesn't. I suppose what I mean by that is there's people that, like, it's just, it's. I don't even want to say it's a chore to be around, right? But that is what I heard. So that must be the case for someone. Because I wouldn't really describe that about anyone in my life now, I'm happy to say. But once upon a time, you know, and again, I'm not even being shown anyone in particular, because I'm just asking them to just push aside whatever. But whoever this makes sense to, that's what I'm hearing. So it's not very nice, but somebody's thinking it's a chore to be around this person. So I think you could have somebody around you that's just making life a little bit difficult. So again, that could be absolutely anyone. But yeah, so you're needing, so what they're saying to me is, if that is you, you're needing to create some healthy boundaries there. So that brings me again on the fact that it's Sun in Libra square Pluto and Capricorn right now. So that's, the energy's really intense. It can come up, but I mean, there's so much to unpack with that. But with Pluto, being in Capricorn for the last time that we're ever going to see it before it moves into, future orientated, visionary, Aquarius. It is very intense. It's unveiling many, many dark secrets in the world and personally, and creating a lot of tension. This energy right now, it can. Well, all right, that's what they're saying to me. Yeah. So that phrase that I was getting, this person's a chore to be around. That, oh my God, how interesting. They're pulling my eyes to the they're pulling my eyes. I don't even think it's the original, but all I can see is Mars and Venus. So it's going to be one of the, men are from Mars, women are from Venus, but I think it's like there's a whole load of his, like, different variations, but Mars and Venus is like divine feminine, divine masculine, or it's just male and female. And in this case, I feel I'm picking up on a male and a female clashing. So whether that is like a karmic relationship, like, of romantic involvement, or, and again, if you want to change the word romance for X, I'm just missing out the letter, obviously, then you can do that, but it could equally be like a male with like a female energy that isn't that variety. It's like a friend or a family member or something. But just be aware that if anybody has got tendencies of like manipulative, definitely covert manipulative, narcissistic tendencies, like all of that is cranked up a gear in this kind of energy. But I feel it can go either one way. It can be like that's getting exposed. Yeah, now they're pulling my eyes to the word power. I mean, this is really a not very nice energy, but it's not a nice message, but it's making sense with the, like I said, with the Sun square Pluto. Um, Also, right, this is interesting. What I'm getting from that, right, is because it's Sun in Libra. square Pluto and Capricorn. I feel where anyone has been able to. So this will be interesting. I know it's like I'm going with the flow, and interestingly enough, put it this way, I don't need to name all the different books I'm being led to, but when I'm being led to, I'm telling you because it's quite funny. Like they're now guiding my eyes to the word flow on a book. When I said go with the flow, and it's like so sometimes I'm closing my eyes, and then when I open my eyes, they're pulling my eyes to different words. It's like I'm going with the flow of this, but I feel this is going to speak to some personal situations. Remember, it can be past as well if it's not making sense your present. So if you want to even, well, basically, it's not about wanting to. Like I said, don't make this yours if it's not, particularly when it's quite a dark message. But if it's ringing true for past experiences or present, or definitely pay attention if it's like you've been having bad feelings about something and you're, because it could be an omen, because it really is past, present, future I pick up on. But so with all that being said, use your, personal responsibility to not make everything yours, and discernment 11:11. I've not been looking at the timer, so 11:11 is going to be an important date. I feel it is because we're in the build up of being past the 10:10 portal, which was extremely dark. I mean, I thought it was dark last year. This was, it's kind of interesting because personally it was darker for me last year, but and collectively it was pretty dark too. But like this year, the collective I'd say was even darker, and personally, it wasn't as bad as it was last year. So do you know what I mean? 11:44 though again. So again, we already know this is for the twin flames because everything I channel is for twin flames. But and again, remember it can make sense for other people. It's just that is who I've helped for the past 10 years. So I'm always open to the fact that I may start attracting people that aren't on that path for sessions and stuff. But until that happens in bigger volumes, that is the way it still is. Yeah, there's just a lot going on. Now they're pulling my eyes to yesterday's history, tomorrow's a mystery, today's a gift. I feel the gift that's coming with this astrology today is, yeah, the mask is slipping. That's what I'm hearing. And when I'm just thinking about, bear in mind I did record these a week ago, but it's all timeless. All the shorts that I filmed right up until the 1st November, they got increasingly darker and darker and darker. Now that happens every year. Seriously, every year I film leading up to Scorpio season and Halloween, it's always really dark because whether you choose to believe it or not, there are certain rituals and practices that people that work in the dark do. And that is what basically I am here to reveal, expose, so that people can get justice if you've had this done to you, or so that you can escape these situations in extreme cases, which unfortunately I've helped people with a lot over the years. Or yeah, so that you can escape before it gets even worse, spot the warning signs. So that's why I have to protect my energy fiercely, because all the karmic energies that I'm exposing like that, and not just me, there's loads of other people that get guided to do it too. And also, like I say all the time, but I honour the fact there's loads of other people that like it is just day in, day out, it is absolute darkness they're exposing. And I'm just personally grateful that I'm here to deliver balanced messages. Do you know what I mean? Like, so, in Scorpio season, yeah, most of them are going to be like that. But, I like the lovey-dovey, true love, divine love messages too. Like I'm just very balanced with what I deliver. Basically, I don't get to pick and choose. They choose what I'm good at. So yeah, so basically the point of that is right now, the Jezebels, the Leviathan spirits, the sirens, the whatever words you care to use for trickery, people that do black magic, spell work, hoodoo, voodoo, blah blah blah, hexes. And can I just say as well, it's been shocking, like how, like, I don't even really know how to say it, but it's like I've been clearing this stuff for years, but it's the volume in which that is just coming out. Like, you know, it's hard to explain what I mean, but it's like, yeah, well, it is. It's like what I'm saying about Sun square Pluto today. And also, yeah, that is what they're saying to me. Sun in Libra, the light side, and it's just turned 144. And wait a minute, there's a Bible verse. It's just, who his own self bare our sins in his own body on the tree, that we being dead to sins should live unto righteousness, by whose stripes ye were healed. That's 1 Peter 2:24, King James. Right, so this is, oh my God, look, it's relevant, because I like when they break it down. Bless those who curse you. Pray for those who mistreat you. Are you kidding me? I can't. And by the way, you might think that's not because it was listening to what I said. That's Luke 28:6 of the 6. That's made my stomach go funny. What did the other one say? But to you who are listening, I say, you're kidding. Love your enemies. Do good to those who hate you. Bless those who curse you. Pray for those who mistreat you. I've got chills all over my body. See how it's like, so I can't stress to you, that is not because the phone was listening to me. That just is like, I get them every day, and I set it to come at that time. So that's the one thing I'm being transparent about. It comes at 144 because I set it that's nuts. But it's the fact that that's exactly what we're speaking about. Like, enemies are being exposed. Enemies, frenemies, hidden enemies, frenemies, enemies, you know, so it could be open enemies, hidden enemies, people that, wait a minute, I'm going to turn that off because the telly's been on pause that long, that's why it's on pause, so I'm turning it off. So again, sorry if you can't hear me, the DVD's just went over. So basically, because the telly just unpaused itself, it's like I'm feeling they're saying a connection has been on pause too long. A connection has been on pause too long, and that's why the TV just unpaused itself to be a message about that. And it's like something's starting up again. So that's definitely good. That's about twin flames, but it's like what they're saying about the Sun square Pluto. Anywhere where someone's been cloaking in, like, it feels like sweetness and light. It feels like, again, remember, I'm an Aries at the highest degree, right? So Libra's my opposite sign. So yeah, like, it's just when it comes to Libra energy, it's like I see the, you know, the peace, the love, the peace, the justice, the karmic justice, the fairness, the balance, all the lovely stuff about Libra, but with the shadow of Libra, which, remember, I'm here to help talk about the shadow, teach about the shadow, and most importantly, integrate your shadow, because that's the thing that really, I don't see a lot of people understanding what that means to do that, which is basically look at the parts of yourself that you've been taught and brainwashed really to sort of not look at and shame, and actually look at it, show it love, and put it back. And that's a very simple way of soul retrieval, you know what I mean? Of describing soul retrieval, rather. But like I said, I've got the privilege and the honour of doing that with people, and what I do in my sessions I can never really put into words. It's meant to be a mystery. You find out if you're drawn to work with me, basically. And the sessions I'm talking about are particularly, it's not something I do with people unless it's somebody that I feel, well, unless I'm given a tap on the shoulder to be like, this person can not only handle it, like, it's time, you know. Basically that, what they're kind of showing me is like, and it's really to do with basically reclaiming your self-worth. I do that with people. Like I said, arguably I do that in any session I do with people. I'm getting you to see your own worth and self-love and boundaries and have more respect for yourself, because most people that come to me, it's been a case of people have trampled all over your boundaries. But that one is a step up. But yeah, anyway, I'm just pretty gobsmacked that spoke about enemies, and I'm going to have to put that in the title, enemies and praying for your enemies, and that's speaking about curses, because that's what was literally just the middle of saying, Because if you're new around here, I say all the time, it's God and the guides speaking through me. That's what I mostly spend my days clearing, is curses and really heavy energy. Because a curse and a spell and witchcraft is also just the same as gossip, slander, malicious lies. Just people that use underhand, dirty tactics to trick people and create illusions. And think about how many people actually do that. Like some people do that and they get their kicks out of it and they think it's harmless. But when these things can like actually create barriers between like powerful people that are meant to create paradigm shifts in like not only themselves but like a collective of people or the masses in some cases with some twin flames, you can see how actually like throwing a spanner in the works probably is not definitely is not going to be worth it for the person that gets kicks out causing trouble. And 21 minutes, and I dare say all of the karmic energies that have done that to twin flames, and definitely twin flames that I'm channeling for here, that it feels like you're meant to influence in a positive manner, in an empowering manner. That's funny because I was just saying to my friend the other day, I find the word positive triggering, and I think it's because there's so much of a toxic positivity that goes on. And again, that's another the shadow side of what basically, because what I was saying about Libra is the shadow side of Libra is it's people pleasing, it's being too nice, and I find it fake. When anyone's being fake, like I kind of really actually do look for the Libra in their chart. And again, that's going to trigger people, but I'm just being transparent here. It doesn't mean that, because I know where the Libra is in my chart too, and it's just where I've got a tendency to be so nice to people that then utterly take the piss and backstab, and a lot of the time can seem pretty ungrateful, you know what I mean? Just like, well, take what they need and run and not look back. And so that's what I mean, like it's about being aware and not being like so nice that you're not actually sticking up for yourself or protecting yourself, which would go to the warrior Aries spirit. So really you want to find the balance of, yeah, be nice and be helpful and definitely fight injustice, but don't like do it so much that you're exhausting yourself and that you're always in this kind of battle, because some of the times, if not a lot of the time, would these people do the same back for you? You know what I mean? So it's not always clear cut as that. I can think where I've fought a battle for someone that they didn't have the capacity, to do that. You can't expect somebody to fight for you if they've not really been taught. Yeah, if they've not really been taught how to like stick up for themselves, let alone you. But there are definitely things where it's like, yeah, you could have got more. But anyway, I can't be I don't know where they're going with that, but it's like, it's more, I want to stick with the original downloads I got, do, again, fit with that Bible verse that's flashed up as I was saying it. If you are seeing, now we all know that when you're a true twin flame and you know who your twin flame is, although I would actually go as far as to say, like, I bet you even those of you who haven't met your true twin flame in this life and you see like the same name everywhere, it could be like, it wouldn't surprise me if then you did meet your person and they were called that. But this, no, that's so clever. That's why they're making me say that, because I'm getting a download that I feel some of you could be getting confused by. Right, now I'm trying to think how to say this. So when you're true twin flame, this is what happens, right? Now, it'll happen to different twins in different volumes, but you could literally see your person, I'm going to say your person's name, like all day, every day, like ridiculous amounts, just like you could see their birthday numbers, like, either in the way that you would write them, like, English or American, like how it's swapped about, or yeah, you could just see things that, uniquely remind you of them. So we all know that. But equally, you can actually see not only the karmic energies of yourself. So remember, that's not just love. That can be anyone that you consider somebody that's either from your past that was karmic in nature because they're not around now, or somebody that's still in your present, but you know, at some point this person's not going to be able to affect me in this way, so there'll either be boundaries or they won't be around. So that's what karmic is, remember, because I have to stress that karmic isn't always a bad thing. I'd say, like, I don't know about 9 times out of 10, but a lot of the time it is, though, but it's not, sometimes it's that kind of, we have people in our lives for a reason, a season, or a lifetime. And the people that aren't around the whole time, it doesn't always need to be that there was something necessarily really dark that happened or anything, but a lot of the time it can be. And they're pulling my eyes to The Secret, the DVD, but I feel it's like they're talking about secrets being exposed. And that is what Scorpio season does. And we're going into Scorpio season tomorrow. Um, but yeah, just basically, it's like I feel there could be confusion around. You could see not only the karmic energies in your life's names everywhere, right? Whether you're feminine or masculine, you could also see the karmic names of your person. Yeah, so just be aware of that, you know what I mean? Because some of you might get confused about what that means. And I've had this download before, but this is where I try my best to explain it. But I know how my guides and God speak to me. I once had a download of who the karmic energy, the main players, I'm going to say, in my life were or are in some of your cases, and so it's kind of like I was being shown or being told about where that would mirror for your twin. So, again, that might be too complicated for you to work out in your head. And if you can, and you're like, oh, I don't, it might be one of these, I dare say, I feel that's one of these unique things that is unique to my calling. So it's up to you whether you want to take on board that download and see if you can see clearly. In the spirit, I might add, because some of you might not have, I would say a lot of you don't have contact, and so you don't know, but or I can help you with that in a session. Again, it's neither here nor there. It might not matter, but it's for some of you, I think you might be at a point where it does matter, because, and this is what they're saying to me, is because some of you have karmic energies that it's just basically it's to do with the names, like when you're getting guided, right? Because when you're getting guided, if you're seeing the same names a lot, like it's just, I'm trying to give this download, but it can be quite overload. Like even when you're seeing your twin flames name over it, you're like, fuck's sake, I know, do you know what I mean? Why are you showing me all the time? And of course, when you get this far in the journey, if you're as far in as me, or even if you're not as far in as me, you know what I mean? You can just be like, you just acknowledge it and you crack on with your day. But it is quite amusing, do you know what I mean? Like even just yesterday, I only watched like a couple of films, and yeah, like one of the films I watched, which obviously I'm not going to say, but one of the films I watched had that, you know what I mean? It just had like hilarious synchronicities for me. But what they're saying is, it's like they're talking to me about, I feel some of you, whether you're male or female, and I'd lean towards if you're the masculine twin, but I suppose you could be the feminine too. Some of you like could be seeing repetitive names, and it could be confusing you, because you might be like not realizing they're showing you this name over and over again because it's not a good thing. Like it's not your twin flame. It's because it's like the karmic energy of you, or it's the karmic energy of your twin flame, or it's the karmic energy of both of you, I might add, because really it is of both of you. If it's anybody that is trying, how interesting, I just looked at 2911 again, and 29th of November was what kept coming through in a video I done a few weeks ago. So it's, again, we'll need to look out for that date, because it keeps coming. It could be something in the world, but again, if it's not something in the world, it's something personal it's going to make sense, because it's interesting that I keep getting led to. But anyway, yeah, so just bear that in mind. I don't know who, even if that's just, like I said, even if that's just one person that needs the clarity on that, because I could see how that could cause major confusion. Like if someone's a karmic energy. Right, let's give an example. If, say you've got a, I'll do both examples. Say you've got, oh no, this is too confusing. Right, give me an example. I'm thinking of people I've worked with and stuff as well, right? So say you've got a man that has karmic energies that are male, and then you've got a female that is the twin flame of that man, could see not their twin flame's name everywhere. You know, that it'll be that too if this is your true twin flame, but you'll see the karmic man's name everywhere. And if you're, so that would, I'm more, like I said, I'm more leaning towards if that man, it would be like the masculine, you know what I mean? Basically, I feel that there would be more doubt, unless you were at the start of your journey, there would be more doubt in the masculine, whether you're male or female, than there would in a feminine, unless we're talking about way back right at the start. But I feel there's something like, you know, basically the other twin could think that they're seeing that name because, oh, maybe this is like my twin flame, or this is somebody important in my life. Like, I'm seeing their name more than I'm seeing the other one's name. So that's my so right. And now I'm going to do it the other way. You could also have, yeah, so is that clear? Like, say you've got a man that's got a karmic male, and the female of that man could see the other karmic male's name everywhere, or you know what I mean, and think that, oh, wait a minute, is that my person? Right? So there could be that scenario. Or, and change it to same sex, equally you could have a man divine masculine. I've not done the female one though yet. No, right, so you could have a, I'm getting so confused here. You could have a female divine feminine. No, I've already done that one. I need to do. This is what I mean. I think they're just stressing how confusing this is. Yeah, that is what they're saying. You could have female divine feminines that have male karmic energies, you know, that are more recent or from the past. But you could equally have female ones that are a karmic energy. And the male masculine could see your female karmic energies. There we go. Yeah, so that's, you know what I mean? So take whichever one makes, and then they could confuse, that could confuse them and think, why am I seeing that person's name everywhere? Or am I being told that that is somebody of importance to me? And what I'm basically trying to say, if you're keeping up with this, is no, but it really depends. It depends on each person's circumstance. This is why you've got to use your own discernment, because I'm just telling you from personal experience and from helping other people with this. I get a mixture of all of it. Like, I know when obviously I know when I'm being shown my twin flame stuff, like, you know, his name obviously, and not just his name, like anything that I link with him. But I also get shown karmic things for me on my side, but I also get shown things, well, I know they're not mine, so, well, I know they're his, right? So it's like, but it's to the point of ridiculous. Look, it's 33 minutes in. It is the point of ridiculous. But obviously I don't think, oh, that's my twin flame, because I'm seeing names that are not, that are not mine, you know. But like, most of it is going to be because it's female, so you know what I mean. But it's kind of like, but it can be male too, that I'm like, that's not for me, that's for him. And sometimes I'll know, sometimes I won't. But I just know. And don't ask me how I know, I just know, because I'm connected to my twin flame, because my twin flame is my energy is his energy. Always stressing when I say that you have your own separate lives, that you have to respect. They do mirror. That's what I'm saying. So, but can you see how I'm not going to get confused about that? But with males, if a female has female karmic energies and the male would be seeing another female's name, whether they know, you know what I mean, that's where confusion could come in here. But also, oh God, now this is getting so confusing, because it's like, this is what I mean. I've worked out along the years that I actually see. Now, nah, I can't even begin to explain that because I just don't even think it's just the weird way my guides work. But just in case this makes sense to anyone, I know that when I get shown, it took me ages to work this out, but I was asking them why I kept saying, if I get shown a name from my past that is no longer in my life, which there's a lot of names like that, it's sometimes because it's that person mirrors whatever could be going on for my twin flame. Do you know what I mean? So it's like, and that's where it's like, I won't know that until we compare notes or until we chat or something, but I just know because I know what they're telling me. So again, you can probably tell I'm just not really wanting to go there, but it's an important download because basically the other thing is to come away from what I'm saying, but it's really still in line with it. All the messages that I've channeled up until, like I said, Halloween and All Saints Day are like so dramatic and dark, and so remember, this is some people's presence, this is omens for some people to be warned about some of the especially psycho energies, whether they're male or female, that are around twin flames. And if you've not got psychos around you, well done, you've moved through those parts and you're, yeah, you've finished that karmic cycle, because remember, we're on the 21st today. But it's more than likely that your counterpart hasn't. Or and because if they've closed out these cycles too, then it's just a case of healing before coming forward. But you'll know whatever one it is. But the thing is, there's always people watching. So that's one thing to keep in mind. It's like, what was it? I seen a meme the other day that it was like, know the difference between watching and surveillance, or I don't know if it was watching, but it was something like that. It was like, some people are not keeping an eye on you to cheer you on. Some people are keeping an eye on you to fucking spy, and so that they can send more attack and blah 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 and gossip and shit like that. But yeah, I think that's it really. So like I said, it's not the nicest of message, but I think they really just wanted to clean up the thing about about the names. In case that, again, don't make that your thing if it doesn't happen to you. It's just I could see where if you weren't as confident in your own clairvoyance, that would be, your own clairvoyance, or it could be clairaudience, because you could be hearing names and stuff. Because like I said, it really just depends. But there are some periods in my life where I'm not seeing my twin flame's name as much, but I'm actually being flooded with like karmic energies names. And it's just that, I don't always know what that's about, but I just know there's something going down when that happens, and they'll overload me with it. If it's, and I feel like it's a message, but like to the point where it's really made me laugh, because it's like, are you actually kidding me? Like it's being clairvoyantly, it's being clairaudiently. Yeah, it's just pretty nuts. So yeah, so that's what they're saying, is that I'm just, yeah, I get what they're doing actually. I'm saying that because it means that, like, if that's happening to me, then it could be that my twin flame sees names to do with me, that he might not know why he's seeing these names everywhere, but that's why. It could be just like God is saying, these are names that are here to cause trouble and get in the way of this. Oh God, anyway, very confusing. But it has reached 39 minutes. Not meant by me, but I feel it's meant by the guide. So again, that feels like it might be a significant sign for those of you that are 39 already or approaching. Again, like I said all the time, that's quite a few people that tune into me, male and female. And yeah, it looks like, because it's approaching 40 minutes, 40 could be significant too. Oh yeah, because, well, I'm 40, so that could be people that are on a similar, but just remember the message can still make sense if you're a lot older than that or younger than that. It's really about what's come through. But just, it would be interesting, whatever the bits and bobs of this meant to people. Really, the gist is that it's blown my mind how, more like I said, I've taken the past week, I, like, God's honest truth, like, I haven't spent even nearly as much time on here as what I usually do. Definitely not for, like, I filmed all the videos in advance, so I haven't been doing any of the channeling or that. Apart from, like, when because I was staying with a friend for a while, like, obviously I can't help that, like, messages come, like, basically I'm just always a channel. But I wasn't doing my usual kind of, like, in the way that I do it for here. And like I said, even when I was going to my bed and stuff, I actually opted for healing frequencies, rather than watching YouTube videos. But I did now and again, and so I've only really got back to watching stuff like yesterday and today, and just right before I came to film this, I'm just actually seeing, like, from last night into today, I'm seeing a lot of the other bigger channels picking up on the exact same very dark downloads that I've got. Yeah, leading up to, and what's funny is a lot of them won't know astrology too well, but like, it's, it ties in with the, like I said, the sun square Pluto today. I just think there's some dark secrets being revealed, and dark intentions of people that maybe you couldn't see through before, you're being able to see through now, or you didn't quite look at them, you didn't quite see their dark side, and now you can. Because remember, like, I say this all the time because it's true about every single one of us. Everybody has light and everybody has shadow. And it's that, one of my favourite sayings is, be careful what wolf you feed. I like it because I'm wolf medicine, and a lot of you are wolf medicine. But also it's because it's true. Like, you've always got a choice. You've always got a choice. And, you can either listen to the angel or you can listen to the devil. And it's, oh wow, they're just pulling in everything I've seen earlier. I also saw something I screenshotted earlier, and it was like, be careful, because, like, the devil attacks right when you're winning, right when you're about to have a breakthrough. That's when the devil will come in to sabotage it. It's like when I've described as well, like, I've helped many people where it's been the case that you'll have a masculine, like, whether you're female or male, that is getting there. And again, I know this because I've been the person that's been a part of helping someone get their shit together. But someone basically is getting their shit together. They're really getting places in an area of life, like, maybe your work's, picking up, your money's picking up, your home life, you're away from the karmic energies if you were in a romantic thing that was toxic. You could even be, like, close to, like, having something happen with a twin flame, or you're talking to a twin flame, and that can be right when, and because I'm being shown women I've helped that this has happened to, and I'm being shown men where, like, say someone was getting it together and, their mind was being cleared of all the confusion, illusion, spell work, black magic, and somebody swoops in and confuses the person. And that's why I'm saying, generally speaking, and I can say that because I've worked with twins in the public for, well, it's almost 10 years that I've had crystal clear visions, but it's longer than 10 years because I was helping twin flames through a different name. Do you know what I mean? If you know what I mean. So, it is normally the masculine, regardless of gender, that's more easily confused. And that's why I think they're giving me the download about, like, I have worked with women in particular in the past that they know that this person is their twin flame, but it can particularly be people that, need a lot of attention for whatever reason. Maybe you were deprived of it in childhood or something like that. It doesn't always need to be that, but I'm just giving an example here. So it's like, unfortunately, these masculine females that I'm thinking of, like, were easily pulled away by, like, a karmic male from their true twin flame, because it was like attention from somewhere. And that again would be an example of the devil. Whereas I'm not going to say it never happens, because I've actually seen it out there online. Like, I've seen it happen to I've seen it happen to some twin flames. But strictly speaking, when you are divine feminine that's here to help others, you're kind of quite unshakable. And well, I am. I can only speak for me in that. I can't speak for other people. I am unshakable in that way, and that's something I'm confident about. I have been tested, and I've passed the test. Put it that way, many a time. But so that's what I mean. They do tend to go for the masculine twin. Like if you're so again, that does it feels like an omen for some of you, whether you're male or female, or it feels like it's picking up on past energy, and it's like if you feel like, oh my god, that's me, I totally fell hook, line, and sinker for like a Jezebel or a siren, or if you're a woman like a Leviathan, prideful guy that's come forward like all sweetness and light and then they turn into be a nightmare, whatever you would sort of, you learn from it and you look out for the signs, but just look out for it because it will happen again. I don't like that, but it will. Like you could be getting your shit together as a man or a woman, particularly masculine energies, listen, and just look out for a love interest that pops up from the past, or a new love interest that seems too good to be true, or a friend from the past, or a family member, an estranged family member that wants to make, you know what I mean? And this is where it's difficult, isn't it? Because sometimes people are genuine, sometimes not so genuine, and you've got to be the decider of what's resonating with what I'm saying. I'm just passing on the messages that they're saying to me. Don't fall at the very last hurdle, because you will be tested. If you're just about getting there, you will be tested, because the karmic energies are mad. And like I said, I've been getting all the signs about that. It's really quite unbelievable. They'll hound you. You know what I mean? They'll hound you in the spirit. So do all the usual. Smudge your energy, clear your energy, pray. Be prepared, because this is the month of Scorpio season. I don't always accidentally call it shadow season for no reason. I think I actually might just specifically start calling it shadow season intentionally, because it is going to be that. We very much are in the times of the majority of the collective are going through a huge big dark night of the soul. So if you've already went through, I mean, again, I've been getting prepared for this for a long time, and it's hard to say, because I feel like every Scorpio season in particular, every winter can feel like a dark night of the soul for the collective. But this time is like, I can only stress, and if you've had a personal session with me recently, you'll know what I mean. I've got Dark Night of the Soul cards in several different decks, but not like all of them or anything. But like in the last few sessions that I've done with people, like we're talking like when I think of like the last 5 sessions I've done with people, Dark Night of the Soul on a card, different decks has come out every time. So what does that tell you? It backs up what I'm saying, that people are moving through their own stuff, which is great. But you can only really help yourself with that when there's an admittance of it, so that you can show yourself the love that you deserve, rest and recharge when you need to, and get the help that you need to. And like I always say, I know I say the same thing, but it's true, I am always humbled and honoured when people of all ages, same age, younger and older, choose to invest in me, invest in yourself, and really just to ask someone for help. Because you are worthy of that. Because a lot of you have been made to feel like you're not worth, you're not worth spending your money on. And that's basically what I'm saying, is it does make me sad, because it's not, half the time when people say it's, oh, I'd love to do work with you, but I can't afford it. Like, obviously for some people that's going to be true, especially because, we are in challenging times. But you've got to be careful with that, because they're reminding me of like when we were in the, when we first went into the first pandemic, everyone was like, oh, money and blah, blah, blah. And that was actually when I made the most money, because I didn't listen to all the fear energy, and I decided to launch my membership anyway. And I got 10 people right away. It's the most it's the most I've ever got to date, because I put myself into shock with how easy it was when I just went for it. So there's a message in that too, that if I was to believe the fear energy right now, if nobody's got any money, nobody's going to spend any money on anything unless it's like a necessity, then all right, well, those of us with small businesses, we may as well just stop even trying. Do you know what I mean? Like, can you see where I'm going with that? Whereas when you actually go against that and you think, actually, no, there's people need help more than ever, and there are people that have reached a level of doing that work on themselves to know that actually that I do deserve this work and I'm going to invest in it. I just need to find the right person that I can trust. Um, and that's why I always say, that's why people, and again, I'm not just talking about myself, I'm speaking about the other healers out there too, that's why people do put themselves out there, so that you can see what they're all about and you can make the decision for yourself. It's just, again, because we're talking about the dark side here, yeah, unfortunately, like, it's, you're still taking a chance, because what somebody portrays in public isn't always what they are behind the scenes. So, yeah. But I do pride myself on what you see in public is actually what you see on the Zoom too. If anything, you just get, you get more of me. Um, I'd say it is more intense, so I can't help that, because it's 1-to-1. It is more intense. Because the things that, even if you think you're not coming to talk about something really deep, people usually do end up pouring out all their stuff, which thank God I am equipped to be able to support people with. But yeah, so anyway, this is way longer than I intended it to be, but that might be a message too, that maybe this is a karmic cycle of blocks being put in the way of what you want to come about in your life. It's like reached a point of, this has went on way too long. That's what I feel I'm tapping into here. Karmic energies that I've got in the way too long. It feels like God stepping in. That's what it feels like. It feels like, pay attention to the signs and the opportunities. And definitely, again, this feels like some of the messages I've channeled out over the past few years, where it's like, I just feel I'm tuning it. This is a specific one, so I don't know who exactly this is going to speak to, but I know it's going to unfortunately speak to some men and women. If everything in your body is telling you to get away from someone or a group of people, it would be wise to listen to that. But again, personal responsibility, seek out support from the healers you're guided to. Don't say anything. See what somebody picks up on. I do that all the time, where somebody will come to me, and usually people that I know, but like someone will come to me, don't tell me anything. I'm good at that with the unlisted as well. I'll just read the energy. The time is 222 as well, love and partnership. And yeah, the person will get back to me and they'll be like, I'm absolutely gobsmacked. You've just, because now they're showing me, when I picked up, it wasn't actually something to do with love, it was something to do with friendship. Well, in inverted commas, where someone had been given something by someone, and the long and short of it was, it had bad juju all over it. Do you know what I mean? Like someone had put a bad intention on it. And I picked up on that in the unlisted recorded reading, because it's God speaking through me. So, and again, that person knows how good I am at doing that, but even they were shocked. So I'm grateful that they actually let me know that in the email, like that, wow, you've just read that situation for what it was. But actually, if truth be told, in that actual recorded reading, this is why I say it's more than a reading, I untangled the black magic and the energy that was put on that, where this person thought they already had. It was like, no, it was actually, I had to do it in that video. Or it was like they'd kind of become aware of it, but it was like it was still around them. It's hard to describe. So just, this is all real. It's all real. things that you might have been led to think, oh, that's not real, that's just something that's in the films or the cartoons. It's not, it's real. There's horrible people that do things like this with, just as you can put good intentions and healing into things, you can also put bad intentions into things. So, but you can shake that off with awareness and clearing it. But there's some things that are a bit deeper and darker, and they do need specialised support with it. And like I keep stressing, some of my stuff is more money, but some of it isn't. And like I've just said with that one, that was a recorded reading. So, and actually that person got that when I was doing a flash sale. But so it really doesn't matter, you know what I mean? Don't let that be a block to just pray. If you feel that you've got a heavier energy or a block that has been put on you, a hex, a curse, black magic, all that, pray to be guided to the right person to help you. And I mean, some people might be doing that right now and then they come across my free video to clear all that, you know what I mean? But it's just what I'm saying is you've got to know when the free stuff isn't enough and when you actually need to say, yeah, that's what, God, this is getting really too deep a game, but it's, I did just look at 555 and now as I'm talking, it's like 4 5s in a row. So it's big changes. It's what I said before when I was explaining about when they led me to, when I'm clearing some of this really dark, heavy stuff that's been done on some people, there needs to be a money exchange. But really in that, as far as I'm concerned, there actually needs to be a money exchange every time now, even if it's just a very small amount, because if you don't, you're actually giving people permission to do that back to you, that stuff, because it's something about when somebody actually takes special responsibility to pay for something to get it cleared, you're saying to the demons that, well, basically the demons that are addicted to money and power and, you know, like, because it's like, think about it, if it's like, oh yeah, I'll get help, but I'm not going to pay for it, it's kind of like, it's pride, it's the spirit of pride and ego, like, whereas when you pay for something, you do value it more, like, surely in business, you know, if you've done enough research on business or business growth. Like, I mean, I fucking drown myself with all of that business research. So that's why I'm very good at helping people in whatever type of business. You know, because remember I'm a coach as well, transformational coach, and really, so yes, on your self development, your self love, and stuff. But I have got experience in actual career business coaching too. So it really just depends. Like I just take the stuff that I've learned and I take the new earth healer that I am and I weave it all together. I just listen to what, it just depends where you're at. Some people are not even at the start of their business. They're like transitioning from jobs that they can't stand to following their purpose. So it really just depends. But it comes back down to that it's like, and also, this is a good one to remember. Those of you that do have a business for yourself, but the thing is, I don't even want to insult people's. I don't want to insult the intelligence of people that have a business for themselves, because you actually know what I'm talking about. This is for people that don't have a business for yourself, but you want it at some point. If you haven't done that good karma of seeing that somebody's got a small business or even a big business that just needs to keep going, but if you see that if you identify that you need someone's support, right, but you don't get it, and you just keep telling yourself, oh, I'll just cut corners and I'll do this, I'll do that, I'll listen to their free stuff, I'll go and get other people's free stuff. You know what I'm saying? It's like, it makes sense to me that when it comes down to then you having your own business, you're going to come up against attracting people that do the same to you, because and it's not necessarily, you know what I mean? It's not always the same person. It's because you didn't invest in people. It's different if you don't need the help. If you don't, but the thing is, you wouldn't be watching the videos if you didn't need some sort of help in the area of the videos you're watching. Do you mean, it's like, it does make me laugh sometimes when I'm watching certain tarot readers, and it is, you know, I can call them a tarot reader because it is people that are, you know, that is their talent, is reading tarot, and you know, there are just so many amazing people out there. It's like when they're like, you know, don't try to come at me with you're over this person and you don't care and all that, because why are you watching? You wouldn't be watching. Do you know what I mean? Like, either you aren't over them or you're spying on them. Neither of them's great. At least if you're not over somebody, you can admit it and get the help that you need. But equally, if you're spying or surveillance, or, you know, like that would be the karmic energies. If you're trying to spy on somebody that, you know, whatever, there's an unhealthy obsession there, and you don't, like, the worst kinds are, you don't want somebody, but you don't want them to be with someone else. Like, that's when you really need to get some sort of help, you know, like being real. Yeah, you need some sort of support. And there are people out there that can help with that, because that, again, that can be when people have done love spells on you, you know, whether you're a man or a woman, or you might not know why you're like that. But then that's opening up a whole other Pandora's box where you can get horrible karmic energies, like, you know, definitely like lovers or ex-lovers, that's the obvious one, but you can get like karmic friends and family that try to convince somebody that they must have done something to you. That's why you feel that strongly about them. Whereas that's when it's true twin flames, that's not the case. That is just how strong twin flames feel about one another. But the confusing thing is, you've also got people that do that. So it's like I said, confusing would be the best place to stop at. It is confusing. So you've got to go to a reputable healer that is going to be able to untangle all of that confusion so that you can see clearly. And I didn't call myself crystal clear visions and crystal clear clarity because I'm in the business of confusion. Do you know what I'm saying? I'm here to untangle the head fuckery that has happened to, unfortunately, some of you since you incarnated. So, yeah, I'm going to leave it there. If you would like to book a personal session, you can book the unlisted videos, which I'm being transparent about. I would rather be doing the unlisted videos right now so that I can pick and choose when my energy is fit for it. But I will get back to the live sessions with people from roughly around the 1st. It might take me a while to get back into it. I would say it more be like early November, because the 1st is a Friday and I'm going to be putting most of my energy on that, because that's the new moon in Scorpio too, on channeling the collective stuff. So, but yeah, you can book by email, you know, and if you have, you know, there's not many, but I know there's a couple of people that had bought things before, but they weren't having it yet, then you can just email me and let me know. Just let me know when you want to have that and see when it fits for me. Apart from that, happy Mediumship Monday. I wouldn't say this was a happy message, but I would say it was a very fitting message with the astrology. We're about to go into Scorpio shadow season. There's a lot being exposed. With Sun square Pluto today, definitely people-pleasing masks are dropping. Fake smiles are not washing. Secrets are being exposed. Yeah, but sometimes, you know, all this shit needs to be exposed so that you can look at how bad it actually is. Clean it away, transmute it, which is what I do with every single video like this. And then you know where you're coming from. I don't call Scorpio energy brutal truth for no reason. It is brutal truth. But at least it clears all the confusion and the black magic and the spells and the gossip and the, you know, once you know the truth, then you know what you're dealing with. Right. See you later. Appreciate you all. Bye.